Hey, what is going on, guys? Nightmare Zach here, and today I'm doing another Fnaf theory video, and I am with
I'm the super
I'm the
squid.
is real.
I'm the super squid.
I don't care.
Dude, there's no real,
In
okay?
the theory today,
There's no real, Zach. There's no real.
the theory is
Jesus.
the timeline era. Where is sister location? And two Fredbear's family diners. So I'll talk about the two Fredbear's family diners. This may be a two-part video, by the way, because I am using Bandicam, so it may just be two separate. But what it is the Fredbear's that we see in Fnaf 4 is actually after Fnaf 2. And why I say that, be after Fnaf 2 and before Fnaf 1. Okay? Everybody, if you don't get it? Well, it makes sense, because what if there's you saw two different models of Springtrap? Well, Spring Bonnie, technically. That would make no sense unless there was two different Fredbear's Family Diner areas. And what makes this kind of true more is that if we haven't had FNAF 1, but we have, if we've been past FNAF 2, we would have toys, like the Toy Bonnie character, the little toys that the little girl has in the FNAF 4 minigame. Also, there's a different masks of Freddy, Foxy, Bonnie, and Chica. Yeah, people are like, oh, but that's in the TV show, and it says in 1983.
Half of this you got from my theory.
Well, kind of, but it doesn't make sense.
Well changed.
But if it's 1983, it means a show has been on since 1983. Just like people have been saying.
What if 1983? What if it's a rerun?
Yeah, it could always be a V1 TV show, because the purple guy. I'll talk about the purple guy theory in another video. Is like the manager, which you'll find out why in the next video about that. But he would obviously pay a channel to rerun his old TV show on channel, so he could probably get more publicity for them. But instead of having the original with just Freddy and all that, they added Fredbear, which Fredbear and Friends became. But that's just not even part of it. So, but it makes very much sense, because it would make sense because if you see the model of Fredbear in the FNAF 4 minigame, and if you want to take that FNAF world is canon, which it kind of is, but
a little, like some parts.
The Fredbear model that's pixelated in FNAF 4, in the FNAF model in FNAF world, his mouth doesn't have that like opening and closing kind of thing. Like, you know what I mean?
It
has that like weird metal part when his mouth opened before he bit the child.
Yes, that's
way
really
different
weird
than the other one. If it would show it, but the spring locks have been proven that they jump scare very differently than other animatronics.
Springtrap, etc.
Yeah, he's a spring lock. So if there was possibly another model, the FNAF world would have been the original model, when everything was simple like that, when they didn't have to worry about stuff like that. But there's also, I'm done talking about that era, because it's about 1990, before the new Freddy Fazbear's Pizza opens, which is about 1993, people assume. So, that's when Fredbear's Family Diner opened up. It's the newer one, with the newer models. And in the sister location, when it shows baby, people see a less withered Springtrap. Well,
Through her nose.
yeah, through her nose. If you look at it, you can find it. But I won't show a photo on it. I'll put you in the link for the photo or something in the description below. But it shows a Springtrap less withered. Well, their design looks like they're from the future, but not that much into the future. Because I did some research, and that technology of like kind of suit kind of like things have been invented earlier. You know the old Chuck E. Cheese animatronic like things? Like in real life, they have the spring lock mechanic kind of. Mainly.
Yeah, because if you look how they move, like I've seen videos of them, like I've looked up like Chuck E. Cheese like 80s, 90s, and like they move very jerkily. Like they move like you know what I mean, right?
Yeah, they move like the baby in them.
Like they jerk.
Yeah, like they're if you think about it, this is a newer model of the spring locks because Purple Guy.
In other words, it's a newer Chuck E. Cheese kind of thing.
Purple Guy must have thought he didn't like how it looked, like the place, so he would obviously need to change it. He thought the spring locks, well, how about this? We make something that no other animatronic makers have ever done. Make them look futuristic or something like that, which caused him to make the sister location characters.
Make it look like it came from a 90s time travel movie.
Yeah, and there's more proof to that because it's in. Why would they make like the toy animatronics in like the future? Wouldn't they just make plain out animatronics? Because they in the future, in the Springlock era, like with Springtrap, it shows Springtrap just like not even a toy Springtrap or something. They don't really mind if it is a toy or something, but in the toy era, Purple Guy would have cared about it. Would have cared about it being around the same era, but it doesn't look like any other of the spring locks. So which means that the era can be around 1990 as well as the second Fredbear's Family Diner that opened up. And I think that's about it, but there is more proof about it. If Fredbear's and Friends was actually made in 1993, and that's what year we're in Fnaf 4, then how would they automatically like make the masks of the animatronics? Like if it just came out that year, they wouldn't make merchandise that quick. But also, the photos in the Fredbear and Friends look really different from the like pixelated Freddy masks and all that. Which also brings up Fnaf 2. We're back to that game, which is the Wither animatronics. They had an era that they look like the old animatronics shown in Fnaf 4, which means that the era we're in, like the mini games in the Fnaf 4 game, the mini games are based off the past. Well, the future.
Blacks and West.
Mainly, they're like the future. But we know that's in the future. That's the future Fredbear's Family Diner. So we know that the things that's been happening now means something. But there's also one more thing. Remember Fnaf 2, he said, oh, there's been a spring lock incident and a kid got thrown a little bit off, but he lived. But the kid in the Fnaf 4 game died. Which means that there's been more than 2 bites. At least 3. One in Fnaf 2 that we probably know of. One in Fnaf 4. One in Fnaf game that we hit the sister location. But that's the end of the video, guys. I will talk to you more about this in the next video. And we'll probably be back